I'm Norm Schrein, Information Radio, and I am with Roosevelt Mukes, who is the head coach of the Wayne Warriors in season number 2. And Coach, your team has already won as many games as all of last year. What do you attribute that to?
Really just their hard work and their determination, and people at the end of the day just making plays. Last year sometimes we didn't have those people step up in those moments to make plays, and this year we have that.
And what do you learn about your team in a 70-8 blowout last week?
In a game like that, you kind of just want to make sure that you're doing the little things right. You want to continue to compete, and that's what we've been stressing all along, is just compete. So in a situation like that, sometimes you're competing against yourself, and you just have to learn how to get better each and every possession, each and every play, and not be satisfied.
Okay, quarterback Cam Fancher is the 3rd leading conference passer. Can you compare his development to last season?
Oh, you can see the growth just as far as it's been a year under his belt now, so things are starting to slow down for him a little more, and he just does a great job with his coaches watching film and just being persistent as far as wanting to get better.
How has his success been helped by junior rusher Ray Green?
Oh, I mean, it's helped everyone. When you can run the ball, it allows you to just be able to do so many more things. So Ray's doing a great job, but it starts up front. It starts with the line. The quarterback, the receivers, and the running backs get all the credit, but you have to get the line credit, because without those guys, none of this is possible.
What was going through your mind when Fancher completed a 35-yard game-winning touchdown against Centerville with 14 seconds left?
Going through my mind at the time, did somebody make a play? We were in a situation where Cam had the ball and made a great read and made a great throw, and Brian made a great catch. So in a game like that against Centerville and Wayne, when it's Centerville and Wayne, you can throw records out the window. You can throw everything out the window, because they're always great games. And again, that one was a great game. Centerville did a great job. We just happened to have the ball last and was able to make a play.
How much easier is it to prepare for a one-dimensional team in Fairmont, other than dual defenses such as Centerville or Springfield?
Well, you said easy. I'm never going to say easy. Fairmont's a very disciplined team, very physical, and it's going to be a challenge for us. So this whole week we have to, continue to get better and continue to work. But I definitely wouldn't say easy. It's a challenge, and we're up. It's the next challenge on our schedule, so we look forward to it.
And I'm going to ask you also, because I just noticed that Fairmont added a couple of games to their schedule. I presume you guys have gone beyond the 6 game. What are your added games? Against what teams?
We haven't added any.
Haven't added any?
No, because we haven't had to have any of ours delayed. So week 7 will be the playoffs, and week 6 we have a opponent in Northmont that's very good, very explosive, but can't worry about that right now. Right now we just have to focus on Fairmont, because that's the next game.
All right, and you're able to bring in, 900 fans to this game?
I let the administration and the AD deal with that. I just worry about the kids. So.
Is there an advantage to playing at home over away? Mentally, anyway.
Under normal circumstances, yes, and then just because you're at home, I think that's always a plus. But I mean, this year it's different for everyone. So you just control what you can control, and that's your attitude, your effort, wearing your mask, and staying 6 feet apart. So those are the things that we can control, and those are the things that we worry about.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me today, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm with Coach Dave Miller, the head coach of the Fairmont Firebirds. Just moved you to a new city, Coach. Can you talk about the 27 carry performance of Drew Baker Friday night, going over 100 yards and no run longer than 13 yards?
He did a nice job. We talk about all the time we had really 100-yard rusher in each game. So it's done up front, what our offensive line is doing. But he did a nice job. He ran up in there hard, and we had to make some changes to help us out with defense a little bit more, kind of shore us up over there. So we ended up moving Tank over. The idea was we were going to run both of them. We did a little bit there early, but Tank ended up, just having a pretty good game on defense, really, for the first time doing that. So Drew really picked up the slack and did a nice job. So it was great. Just builds depth and moving forward. It was really good to see.
Well, speaking of Tank, what's the status of Tank Gant going into this week?
Well, same thing. I mean, we started, looking at what we were doing defensively. And, we were playing so much of a certain type defense where we're trying to get pass rush, and we're really having trouble with that. So when we talked about it as coaches and talked with Tank, the idea was at some point he was going to move over there anyway. We just decided, this was a good week. Drew had a pretty good game against Springfield, the week before, and has really come on in practice. So it gave us a chance to really do that because, up until then, Tank's been our guy. We talked about him possibly playing two ways, and he still may do some of that, but it's a good situation, a really good situation to have. So he's full defense right now, and he's going to get as much offense as his body will let him.
Can you talk about your defense that gave up less than 200 total yards and only one play of more than 20 yards?
They've done an outstanding job all year. We have the one kind of letdown, I guess you'd say, that after we went up 14-0, I think we took our foot off the pedal a little bit. Gave up a touchdown pass that normally Ethan Solomon does a nice job with him. He got caught with him in the backfield a little too much. Got out of position and kid made a nice play. But no, the goal line stand, that was phenomenal. We've done that 2 weeks in a row. So from a confidence standpoint, they have to believe that we get guys down there. They were on the 1-inch line and ended up, I think, on the 9 after that was over. So really done a phenomenal job over there.
So our basics being emphasized in practice this week, since there were only 5 penalties and only 1 turnover.
Yeah, that's every week. We've got to shore up our special teams even more. We did a better job on that. That's a good Vine Amesburg team. I said it last week, and we watched them on film, and it was concerned, with what they did. The week they had off, and that maybe played a factor, but our guys came ready to play, and we shut down really a good offense and moved on a pretty good defense. So I feel confident going forward as long as we continue to get better.
You face another talented quarterback this week in Wayne's Cam Fancher. What concerns you about him?
Well, he can do everything. He's broken off 2 weeks in a row. He's had like 50-yard runs. One against Centerville, one against whoever they played before that. So he's talented. He can throw the ball. He can do a lot of things. Both with his feet and his arm. So and then they've got a really good offensive line. Some good backs with them, and receivers. They're dangerous on offense. The defense is scrappy. They're right now they're number 1 in the conference against the rush. So we're going to work it out for us.
Okay, and finally, what about Ray Green and Jordan Ward providing a potent rushing attack for Wayne?
Yeah, I just said it. I mean, they're really good. They can do so many different things to hurt you. Up until now, we've been able to kind of minimize, I think, what quarterbacks or one team's really good at throwing. They might be better at rushing. Right now, against these guys, they can do a lot of things well.
All right, Coach. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
No problem.
Have a good night on Friday night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.